In this video, you will learn how to navigate GCompris, a free educational platform that provides developmental activities for children aged 2 to 10. The website itself looks like this. At the top of the page, you can see the rubrics of the menu. By clicking on the cat rubric, a player can access a list of activities aimed to develop computer habits. Some of them are also useful in language learning at the primary stage or as remedial activities for children with intellectual challenges. For example, following words works by the same principle as following letters, which is a previous activity, but here a player can see words falling down the screen. So he or she is supposed to print them on their keyboard and to get points like this. To go back to the previous menu, you need to press the following icon. The penguin button opens several activities which can be used in language teaching and namely as additional activities for learners with intellectual impairments. For example, the game positions. A learner reads the following assignment. Select the image where the child is behind the box. Then he or she chooses the proper picture and then presses OK. And that's how they get points. There are many other activities like logical associations. For example, here are two lines of fruit. And a child needs to understand the succession of fruit in the first line and to position fruits in the second line using the same procedure. For example, the next fruit is going to be an apple as it corresponds to an orange. The pick button can present games to boost reading skills and vocabulary habits of learners, and namely with dyslexia. For instance, explore far animals, in which you can click on each farm animal to discover more about them. You can hear a sound and read a text. By using the dinosaur icon, you can open several developmental games to practice language and logical thinking. Several of them can be used in teaching English to learners with developmental delay or mild intellectual impairments. For example, in a photo hunter, a student needs to find differences between two images. For example, here is the first one. By clicking the ship button, children can find activities connected to mathematics which are less appropriate for teaching English. That is why we will proceed to the panda button. It showcases simple games for logical thinking development. The cup button is one of the most valuable buttons for teaching English as a foreign language to primary school learners, and using it you can navigate a list of simple games and activities connected to alphabet learning, and some of them can be also approached via other buttons like My First Keyboard. Here, let me show you the following activity. So children hear a sound and then they need to choose a small letter which corresponds to it. Then case association memory gains against tax. Children need to turn over the cards and to find their equivalents. Then the frog button gives a number of table games which are usually played in pairs and which are less appropriate for teaching English, but which make a substantial contribution into development of logical thinking. The magnifying glass icon in the upper right corner introduces a collection of useful vocabulary games which can be used in remedial learning. For example, the colors. Find the green button. That's how children can learn colors. Then the next activity is family. In which children are supposed to work with a family tree. And activity which is alike but simply different is point the relatives, in which they are supposed to point to a grandfather. Then there is a game which is called a missing letter, which is also very useful for children with dyslexia and many others. Thank you for watching. For more information, please visit the GCompris official website, https://www.gcompris.net/index-uk.html.